the regular main payers AN plan that the regular employees are under and shift to the 2C plan, which is a plan that applies mainly to law enforcement. The difference between the two is the 2C plan is a straight 25-year retirement plan, whereas the AN plan for the rest of the town is 25 years of age 65. The contribution for this is higher. We're currently at 7.6%, and the contribution to the 2C is 10.8%, but the police department did not take a pay raise this year to compensate for that.
And this is what, a one-year contract?
This is a one-year contract, yes.
Okay. I will need a motion, yes, please.
I make a motion to change the name, to change the plan for its police officers effective July 1, 2020 for future service only. Therefore, the town agrees to the following. A, provide special plan 2C to its police officers who work 1,000 hours or more per year for service rendered after June 30, 2020. Service rendered before July 1, 2020 remains under regular plan AN. Continue to provide regular plan AN to all other employees who work 1,000 hours or more per year and its elected/appointed officials. And C, to authorize Dennis Simmons, town manager, to sign the amended agreement between the town and the Public Employees Retirement System.
It's been seconded by Jeff. All those in favor? Thank you. Now we have to vote on the police contract totally. May I have a motion?
I move that we ratify the collective bargaining agreement between the town of Wiscasset and the Wiscasset Police Association.
Jeff seconded. All those in favor? 5-0. Thank you. And now we will have the town manager's report.
So in your packet, because we belong to the Maine Municipal Association, each year they elect their vice president and executive committee members. In your packet is the ballot for this year. James Bennett for vice president, Robert Butler of Waldeboro for the nominating committee, Terry Holmes, and Diane Hines. Those are the only people running. With your permission, I will mark these off and send it in.
Okay, is the board in agreement? Okay.
Next is a brief update on the Synergy project. I know at our last meeting, we asked for a rep from Synergy to come and answer some questions about the net billing agreement that they sent us. I did not request them come tonight because we had a fairly long agenda to start with. I asked him to come to the September 1st meeting, and he's actually going to be doing the same presentation at Scout Egan that night. So he will be here, Steve Barrett will be here on the 15th to do a presentation and to answer any questions that we have on that agreement. That proposed agreement has already been sent to the attorneys. Ernst & Shore does have people on staff that do deal with these and do have some knowledge on this, so it's been sent to them for review and markup. Kevin, the attorney, is actually on vacation this week, so he got the information, but he hasn't done anything with it as of yet. I did take some time yesterday, and I drove down to Tetra, and I drove down to the project that's going in Sanford. That's a much, much bigger project. That project is 1,500 acres. Some of it actually ended up getting moved off at the airport or under their sewer plant. But I did get a chance to observe the construction that's going on there. And I got a chance to talk with their airport manager about land lease that they have. And I picked up a lot of good information from her on negotiating this lease with them, some of what they put in there. And I'm waiting, they're going to send me a copy of the actual lease, and as soon as I get it, I can go through it and mark it up and make some points that I think we need to consider. And she brought up some good points for this. So for those that have questions about this, we are working on our due diligence very carefully. And nothing will be signed until we're satisfied that we're getting a good deal here. But at this point in the process, I don't see any reason to put the brakes on here. I should keep moving forward with this until we get to the negotiation point, and then that's when the rubber hits the road. But I see no reason to slow this down at this point.
Ed, can I ask a comment, just a quick question? Are you going to put together a committee when you start the
Yes.
My apologies to the board. Earlier this week, Catherine sent me an email saying, hey, I couldn't keep up with some of your comments. So she had asked me to put some notes together and send them to me. You have them. Good. I want to apologize for that. I put those 6 pages together, my concerns, questions, and whatnot, and I'm glad you got them. Thank you.
And some of what you actually brought up in here came up yesterday in my conversation with the airport manager down here as part of their lease and part of their agreement.
Yeah, I see this as a 30-year commitment to the town, and thank you. When I saw the power purchase agreement, it suddenly dawned on me, here's the way Synergy will actually finance the project. It's probably $15 to $20 million, I don't know. But once Wisconsin signs that power purchase agreement, it becomes a document that they can go to a lender and say, I have 30 years worth of revenue, loan me the money. And then Wisconsin ends up paying for the project over a 30-year period. Thank you.
Next is the Flanagan gift of land, and I thought I saw you here earlier. Okay, that's okay. She did come in and see me one day last week. Actually, she brought me a lovely welcome package of goodies that she bought down in the village. And we are moving forward with this. As she put it, she needs to prod her brothers a little to move along here. Dwayne and I had a conversation, and we need to get together with Ted. She did mention that some of that land would probably need some clearing and some maintenance type work. And so I talked with Dwayne earlier, and I'll talk with Ted. I think it would be prudent for us to walk along and see what it is we're actually getting ourselves into, and see how much work there is to actually do that. And if there's some of it that we can't walk, I would suggest that we find somebody that's a drone and fly over some of it for us, so we can take a look and just see what she's talking about as far as clearing and whatnot. She indicated that they wanted this to stay in a natural state, that it's used for hiking and trails and picnics and things of that nature. So, but we are going to move forward with it as soon as she gets up the camera. September meeting location. I know the last time we talked a little bit about maybe moving back to the meeting room. It would certainly be a whole lot more convenient than what we're doing right now, right? All the stuff up and all the stuff back. It's easier for us if we need to find some information. If we have questions, we need to go to the office and find stuff, or you just can't. I have limited access to information on my laptop here. And I think, judging from the size of the crowds that we're getting, I think we're safe to move back down here and make life a little bit easier for all of us. But I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that.
I have no problem.
How many people are we allowed to have in there under the current situation?
We would probably be able to get 10 people in besides us.
Us and the press and 10 more.
Us and the press, yeah.
Our next meeting is the 8th of September.
1st of September. So what is the board's pleasure? What do you think?
I mean, I feel bad taking up the gym on Dwayne. He's got, he needs revenue, and, this doesn't produce any revenue for him. So if he has a chance to use this gym, I'd much rather see him using the gym for that purpose.
I have no problem with
Well, I have a concern. I agree going back, because in this situation, there's no way for us to physically record the meeting. So those who don't attend, they cannot go out on YouTube and, see what has happened.
Well, actually, they can.
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh,
We do
okay.
We do record it. It's not as good a quality as what you get from the
It's not live, it's not live.
It's
Post
not-
it after the day.
I have no problem going back to the town hall. Does anybody else have a disagree? Ben? I know Ben's concerns, that's why I'm asking Ben.
Well, I can understand why you don't want to hold it here. It'll be for the new board to decide. It isn't the safest, the hearing room is not the safest place to meet.
Okay, so we'll go back on the 7th, we'll go back on the 1st to the town hall, and then the future board will make their recommendations after that. Yes, Terry?
Would we be able to sign up for being in attendance, or is it just going to be whoever gets here early? There are some towns who are allowing to sign up.
You mean as far as public comment? Is that what you're talking about?
No, to be in attendance, because there might not be enough chairs. Am I off on that?
No, but Judy, remember I mentioned it during one of the Zoom meetings?
I'm sorry.
I mentioned it during one of the Zoom meetings that to have people sign up to come to the meeting, it's pretty standard.
Okay, I think that could work. That could work, because we could, if there's too many, we could ask somebody to just go outside or whatever for that one meeting. And then
But then
the new board will be meeting on what, the 15th? Anyway. And they can make their own recommendations at that point. Okay? Are we all set? So the answer is yes. If you want to put your name on the list to be able to attend. Yes, Kathy?
I just want to be clear, so the list that you're talking about, is that going to be for individual meetings? No one can sign up, say they want to come to every meeting, so it's by meeting? Because it's
By meeting.
On agendas?
By meeting. Not, I want to be at every meeting for the next 6 weeks or something like that.
They have to sign up each.
I want to be able to come to the meeting on September 1st. Okay.
Judy?
All set. I'm
What-
sorry.
What is the limit to the number of people that can attend in there?
Be 10. Besides
Besides us.
Besides us, 10.
Besides us.
Thank
From
you.
us into 2 press, we can have 10 more.
Okay, thank you.
And Jackie.
And Jack?
So that means that there will be a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Right.
19 people in that room.
Right.
So with 19 people in that room, we can do 6-foot distancing?
I think we have to be limited to 50.
Okay, so would it be 10 then? It would not be 10.
Well, I would say 10 besides us.
Well, I just counted now, so if it was 10 plus us, that
There
makes
can be 10 people in the gallery. And we can measure it off and see if we can do
Yeah.
more.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, could you come up here?
I have a quick question. I'm just curious, I know it's not anything in stone. What were you thinking you're gonna do with that, with the Flanagan gift? You said about clearing and all that.
The Flanagan gift?
Flanagan gift, we're visiting being a recreational area, something that's under Parks and Recreation, being a recreational area for hiking and camping and picnicking and things of that nature.
I know there's snowmobile trails up through there.
Well, down below, yeah.
Yeah, and not having them touched. I've spoken to Judy, she wants to leave it as natural as they can. But again, that there might be some type, as Dennis said, some type of clearing that needs to be done to be able to facilitate everything that everybody wants. But they're not going to go in and clear cut. Don't think that.
Sorry, I wasn't clear.
Okay.
Request for the use of the pier for memorial services moved, that was been moved to the yacht club. And I have one item that's not on here. In between our last July select board meeting and our last select board meeting, The state announced a grant for COVID-19 expenses through the Help Keep Maine Healthy program. So I didn't get a chance to discuss it with you because the grant period fell right in between. I had to have it in by July 31st. So I went ahead and put together a plan for us. And these grants pay for educational materials, they will pay for signs, we can use them to put up hand sanitizing stations around town. We can use them for the code enforcement officer who might have a complaint that he can go out to a business and just educate people on using masks, and we can provide masks and things like that about town. So, and it will help with Dwayne, and especially here in the community center on some of our costs of disinfecting constantly. I got notified today that our grant had been approved, and we got $55,478. So, with your permission, I will continue on this.
Okay, the next item is assessor business. We have an abatement. Malicious, CO Monica Carrington, personal property account, number 371, in the amount of $39.80.
Second?
All those in favor? 5-0. The next item is other board business. Does anybody on the board have anything? Nothing? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? We're adjourned.